Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Mojo Plays Sims. Today I'm going to be creating a family for a let's play that I want to do. This is going to be the Alexandra family. It consists of 4 people, a mother, her 2 children and her new husband. This family is going to be very rich. The mother, she made all of her money basically. Her and her husband, who she had the children with, the father of the children, they made all their money by owning like high-end department stores. So I'm going to be doing a house build of their apartment, but I'm also going to be doing a kind of department store build for them. So she made the family made all their money in this high-end department store. I don't know if to do one department store or a chain of them, but anyway, that's how they made their money. So basically the storyline is they made all this money. They had 2 children together, 2 daughters, and then the father unfortunately died and the mother remarried, but it was a much younger man who she remarried. In fact, he's the same age or a very similar age to her oldest daughter. So the family consists of the mother and then who is an adult, and then a young adult who's her daughter, and then they also have a child who is the sister. So for this character, this is Anna. I wanted her, because she owns this high department store, I wanted her kind of fashion sense not to be kind of too like muted. I wanted it to be quite out there for some things. So for her kind of everyday wear, I went a little bit out there, and then for her evening wear, I went very kind of classic, as well as for her pyjamas and things. But then I can't remember what I actually did for her kind of party wear. What did I pick again? We'll soon find out. But I went for this dress here. I actually really like this dress. I've never used this dress before because I didn't really like it on anyone else, but I think paired with just like a pair of heels, it looks really, really nice. I went with this kind of bright orange colour because I think it looks really nice against her black hair. And then because they're a rich family, I went for kind of jewellery. I think I just put rings on her for this one, maybe a bracelet. And then for her traits, I wanted her to be quite a perfectionist. She's also a bit of a snob. Like, she's made her money. She's kind of proud that she's made all this money by herself. And so she's not really afraid to show it off. So yeah, she's a little bit of a snob and materialistic because, again, she's not afraid to show off her money. She is proud of the fact that she's earned this money and earned it herself. So yeah, she's not afraid to show it off. Now this is the daughter. The daughter was very inspired by like Serena off Gossip Girl, with like the blonde hair and kind of her backstory. I was actually debating if to make her a teenager or a young adult, but I didn't want her to go to high school all the time, so I just made her a young adult instead. But she's very pretty, but she rebels against her mother basically. She likes being rich, like she'll happily spend money and things, but at the same time she doesn't like everything that comes with being rich, like having to live up to a kind of certain standard and expectation of things. She does rebel against her mother a lot. I actually made this family before the Parenthood game pack came out, so I think it'll be really interesting to see how this family kind of behaves with each other with that Parenthood game pack installed. Like, I want her to really rebel against her mother, whereas I want the other daughter, the younger child, to really like be like the good child, the perfect child. So even with her jewellery and things, I didn't want to have like loads of diamonds and things for her everyday wear because that's something her mother does a lot, but she's a bit more down to earth like that. Like I said, she likes her money, but at the same time she does kind of hate like what that money brings in her life. For her evening wear, I thought I would go with something that her mother clearly picked for her. I thought that because the mum is quite strict, she would insist that she wore something high-end from the department store, so I went with that really pretty light blue with the flowery dress on it. With the flowers on the dress, I mean. Everything else I kind of just stuck to being kind of similar to her mother, really. And then for the party wear, I went out of the box entirely, and I was going to pick this blazer, but then I ended up picking the little play suit I really liked it in the pink, but I thought that would be a little bit bright, so I picked it in the purple. I really like this outfit on her actually. And then just a little bit of jewellery to show, she has got money and she does like nice things. Oh, she's called Adriana, by the way. And then for her personality, I decided to give her commitment issues. I imagined like in the backstory that her mum kind of had a lot of industry kind of ties or could get her in places, and every time she kind of got her daughter's foot in the door, her daughter would just say, oh, I don't want to do this or whatever. So I imagined her kind of having commitment issues like that because she can't hold down a job. Oh, I gave her good and music lover as well. I decided to make her good because she's going to make some bad choices, but at the same time she's not actually a bad person. And then I thought I'd give her music lover because I wanted something that maybe her mum could actually connect with her, like a hobby that her mother knew that she had and wanted to connect to her with. So for the little girl, she's called Sofia, I wanted to make her like really cute looking. So I went with this really nice ponytail. This was from, which pack was that ponytail from? I think it was from, oh, I think the ponytail was from like the kids stuff pack, I think it was called. And then for her clothes and things, I wanted it to be very clear that her mother had dressed her. You know, she's still very young, and like her mum would never let her go out wearing like scruffy clothes or whatever, or just kind of things that weren't high end. So she wears a lot of dresses or skirts, I think it might be. And I think especially with her everyday formal and party wear, it's very clear to see that her mother dressed her. I decided to make her a book lover, and she has like the mental aspiration, so she's quite clever. And then this is going to be this is going to be Anna's husband, her new husband. He's going to be a lot younger than her. He's going to be a young adult, just like Adriana is. I wanted him to have like this really like long brown hair and facial hair and things. And then for his clothes, I wanted it to be kind of obvious that he was living off of Anna's money, because he doesn't have a job in it, and instead he kind of just lives off of the money that she's made, and that's kind of how he affords all these nice clothes and things. I kind of carried this through to all of his clothes. I went with things that were not only looked high end but also had a bit of a pattern to them, because he's kind of not scared of kind of going outside the box a little bit with his fashion sense. And then for his personality, I decided to make him a little bit lazy, because like I said, he is completely living off of her money. Oh yeah, his name is Luka. But yeah, he's completely living off her money. He's a bit of a snob, like he likes that he's now in this lifestyle, but at the same time he is cheerful. Like, he's not a bad person. He gets on with the little girl really well, and obviously the mother really well, but it's just Adriana and him who don't really get along. In fact, she doesn't really get along with him or her mother. But that is the family done. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a let's play on this, so the next video to go up about this family will be the house build, which will be fun. They're going to live in an apartment in the city, and it's going to be really quite like luxuriously decorated and look very expensive. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to check out the apartment build.